Hi everyone and welcome back to the Impact Teaching YouTube channel. I have done a few videos on here before, but for anyone that doesn't know me, my name is Laura. So I have been to China with Impact Teaching and I have been to Poland with Impact Teaching, and right now I am actually back in Poland. So I did my teaching placement in the winter, so it's about minus 20 degrees at some points. And now I am back in the summer to do a bit of exploring, to see some friends. And it's about 30 degrees every day. So a bit of a change there, but I am very glad to be back. As you can see right now, I am just in a very nice Airbnb. And wanted to talk to you today about apps that you might need when you are coming to Poland. So as I said, this is actually my second time coming back to Poland. So I was able to prepare my phone before I left. And I just want to tell everyone about the apps that I found really useful for my time here. So let's get into it. So as I am sat in the nice Airbnb, that is another app I should have mentioned. So I personally love staying in Airbnbs in Poland. You can live a very nice life of luxury, much cheaper than you can in the UK or maybe France or somewhere like this. So I would definitely recommend downloading the Airbnb app as well. Okay, so quite a few of these apps are about transport because obviously that will be a very important part of your time in Poland. So travel is really cheap and accessible here. I cannot stress enough how much I think it's a great idea to take advantage of that. So the first things I want to talk about are these scooters. So you will see motorized scooters as well as regular bikes just about everywhere in Warsaw, in Łódź, in Krakow. They're very common in a lot of the cities. So with the scooters, you will use the apps Bolt or Lime. So I prefer Lime. I just think it's slightly easier to use, and I think the scooters look a bit nicer, but they are both very useful apps to know about. And for the bikes, you will find that you can just scan a QR code at the bike spots, but you do need a Polish SIM for this, whereas you don't need a Polish SIM for the scooters. But these apps are incredibly useful to have as it saves you a lot of time. The scooters go up to like 18 kilometers an hour, so make sure you have health insurance, and obviously biking goes as fast as you can. For me, scooting's a lot quicker. Now, scooting will not save you the most money ever because you end up paying. If there's 3 of you scooting, you should split the cost of an Uber. But I would like to say that scooting is about the experience as well. But if you are biking, it's around 1 zloty an hour, so 20p an hour. So you definitely are saving some money there. Now, I mentioned Uber just there. Do not worry, we do have Uber in Poland as well. And I never really used Uber in the UK. I didn't like that it was expensive. I'd heard some bad things about it. And of course, the same things apply here. Always be careful. And it isn't as cheap as a bus or a train or something like this. But Uber is very useful if you kind of don't know where you're going 100%. If you want to get somewhere quickly. I've been very guilty of using Uber a lot to avoid the heat. So it can be really useful for things like this. Also, Bolt, which I mentioned earlier, also has Bolt cars, so very similar to Uber. It works pretty much exactly the same, so I would recommend using either of these apps. And of course, wherever there is Uber, there is also Uber Eats. So again, I've been very guilty of, it's too hot to go out to eat, let's just get Uber Eats. Very easy to do. And works exactly the same as in the UK. So again, more expensive than going to get the food yourself. There's maybe a 3 zloty delivery fee. So nothing too crazy depending on where you're eating. But definitely a good option if you're feeling a little bit lazy. Okay, so before you come to Poland, maybe your Polish isn't completely fluent. Or like me, maybe you don't even know how to say thank you yet. I was at the airport Googling how to say thank you. So if you haven't had chance to prepare your Polish as much as you might like, it's a very good idea to install Google Chrome on your phone. Often there'll be some popular tourist pages that you can just translate on Safari on your phone or laptop. but Google Chrome can translate everything for you. So whether you're accessing bank details, whether you're looking up where you want to go to eat, where you want to go just for a day trip, and as well as booking trains and stuff, you want to do all of this on Google Chrome, as Google Chrome can automatically translate it all for you, and you don't have to type things out into Google Translate or anything like that. So I learned very quickly to download Google Chrome. Okay, so I mentioned a lot of them are going to be travel-based, and this next one nicely ties Google Chrome and travel into one. So most likely the trains you'll be getting in Poland are intercity. There's quite a lot of other train companies, but they're maybe a bit more expensive. Intercity is the most popular, very regular train company. So I like to book my trains in advance. I've been disappointed one too many times when I've turned up at the train station to book my ticket and they have all sold out. Especially a lot of my train journeys were during the 50% capacity because of COVID, obviously. So it's best to book your trains online if there is reduced capacity, or if you're just booking a busy time and you really need this train, it's definitely best to book online. You can buy tickets online with your Polish card or your English card, or check with your bank. Most cards you can use on intercity.pl. So intercity.pl is not an app, but you do use it on Google Chrome. Safari won't translate this for you, so you do need it on Chrome. But intercity.pl stays constantly open on Chrome for me because I use it so often. As I said, translates it all, really accessible. It's just very easy to book trains on there and means you aren't disappointed when you're planning your journey. Okay, and I promise the last travel one it's called Jackdo Jade, or however you pronounce that, I haven't horribly butchered it. But basically, it's just an app you download on your phone, and then you can type in wherever you want to go. So you can even put an exact address or just a general area. You type it in and it will tell you exactly which bus stop you need to be at what time, what ticket you need, because there's a few different zones in Warsaw. If you need a 20-minute or a 75-minute ticket, how long you're going to be on the bus for. It really tells you everything you need, and you can just top up however much you want to into your wallet, and you can book through there. So it's a really quick way of doing it, and it means you won't get a horrible fine on your bus. But Jackdo Jade is for buses and trams. So intercity.pl was for trains, so intercity trains, so where you're going to anywhere else in the country. But trams and buses are obviously what you will use within your city, most likely, or scooters or bikes. But I would recommend this app, just the easiest way to know exactly where you need to go, exactly how long it's going to take you to get there. It really takes a lot of the guessing work out of traveling. Okay, so the last one I will recommend is an app and a website. So if you have a Polish number, you can download the app for this. If not, you will use the website on Google Chrome. So this one is to keep your finances in check, to make sure you have everything where it needs to be with regards to your accounting. So I like to bank with Bank Polski when I'm in Poland. This is because they normally have an English speaker working there. Bank Polski is everywhere in the country. It's very accessible, so it's quite easy to check your bank account. As I said, they have English speakers normally. It's a very big company, and you can get to one just about anywhere in any city. So with the app, you can check what's gone in, what's gone out. You can check how much you have in your account. It's very similar to how you would use maybe your online banking app on your phone, but I am recommending this specifically because obviously when there's a language barrier, everything becomes a little bit more difficult. So being able to use an app that is very similar to one we would use at home, or to be able to use a website that is very similar to the app we would use at home, I definitely recommend. So the app is called PKO, and again, if you type in on Chrome, Bank Polski, PKO, you will get the website I am talking about. So I definitely recommend using them. Okay, so I think that is all of the apps that I can think of for now, but I would love to hear if anyone has any recommendations for apps I should download before I leave Poland, or anything they think I've missed off that they have found useful. That would be really great. I have found that these apps and websites have made my time in Poland a lot easier. especially as I said, I do so much traveling. The travel ones are really useful. And yeah, I hope that you find these useful too, and that I have helped make your time in Poland a little bit easier. See you next time. Do widzenia.